We start here on Dust 2, an opportunity for both of these sides to punch their ticket to the US of A, and it all happening in Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a long crunch to start things out.
Exact way they did it yesterday, too. Remember the limit testing Fluxo did at the start that kicked off their 9-3 half? Well, we're going to see Legacy's attempt at contesting, and here, as the bomb's already crossed over, Kai, he's alone. On his mission solo as two dualies peek out from the back of the site. It's the first blood rolling away from Fluxo. And that only continues as they dig into CT spawn. The dualies trying to jump and deny the plant, but in a 3-on-5, they're going to have to make ends meet. There's that jumping shot, but it's quickly traded by Zevi, and it looks like Legacy, it may soon have to tap out already.
Yeah, that should be it. You get that fadeaway kill from Lux, but at the end of the day, this long cross is so effective. And that all comes off the back of Art and Kai. Lotto and Nissim will still give it their fair shot. Nissim finds one, and Lotto had another lined up, but Nissim will hit the deck as well. Zevi ends with 3. And it's off to the races for Fluxo. We've seen what they can do off of the pistol and a potential conversion.
Oh, rather, in all likelihood, it feels that way. However, for now, they focus on the rifle round at hand, which features a lot more of a spread from Fluxo's offense. 2 in tons, 1 looking down Sui, 2 outside A long. In a more default approach that I feel Fluxo don't do too often.
Yeah, that short control has been very nice for them. But a lot slower in terms of their mid approach. Finding the flash is good, they'll peer in. With no mid smoke, if I'm not mistaken, they can't necessarily get out comfortably. Finally, Pyria should be able to garner a couple of sound cues and will be able to bounce back over to Xbox. Mid smoke is in, and again they'll get short, this time with a minute to go. So much focus here from Legacy on this A side, and they instantly, as I mentioned before, want to deny the game plan of Art right away.
Oh my, what a shot from MLH. I mean, talk about getting openers, that's a way to do it, and they're going to use that as all they need to come into the A site. There's Sadson and Dumao, however. I said navigating around him was going to be a problem. Wait a second, there's a TK in the mix. Not sure how that sprinkled its way onto the server, but right now, it's only Dumao in defense of the A site. Another insane shot. This time from Zevi's AK, but there's a rebuttal. Lux dropping the bomb, a flank quickly established coming from Catwalk. This needs to be connected, and MLH seems they've asked of a little too much. Now it's down to the caller. You're right. 10 seconds to go. There's so many places to look at, and they know it. Legacy navigate it perfectly.
I mean, what a round there from Zevi to find a couple of kills to pull it back. But, I mean, look at how confident Lux is, man. And that way they remove any pressure from the CTs in case that aggression comes through. But instead of taking short, they're going to go out mid. And there's only 1 defender in Lux, or sorry, 2 defenders on this B bomb site. But they're going to have to split their attention. This gives an opportunity to Kai to have a moment as well.
Good smoke. They've got to break through it. The majority of them coming through from CT spawn side. That smoke puts a massive spanner in the works, and that nade is even better. Molvin dropped. He tried to get something through CT spawn, but look at the spread right now from Fluxo. Worried about this CT smokes fading, worried about the players coming through the doors on B, but they are doing damage and they are getting kills. There goes both B defenders. Dumao still in CT spawn. Another player near Art low. They boost up. Ensure the advantage is up to the window goes the remainder of Fluxo, and they're going to boost over the wall. Seen though, however, spotted are 2 CTs, and soon to understand the fact that everybody's coming through from spawn side. Pyria, an unfortunate whiff and potentially a costly one as they gear up for the 3v1. 2 flashes come over, everybody low, and they all line up for Kai, who shows why he's on this team.
That's unreal. The lineup is so legit there for Kai.
As utility continues to dwindle from the belts of Legacy, and I don't believe there's much left for them in CT spawn. He'll start to cheat down, hold for that mid to B crunch, help out his teammates there if need be, but look at how close Art's gotten. There's no more risk. In comes the cat wall, and the execute behind it. Oh, actually, there was another HC left for him on short, but maybe not as much damage as they would have liked. The flash, a different story. He's a fully blinded Fury as the first man caught out. Couple of mollies bounce right onto his toes, and it's the perfect read again from Art. A trade as we sit in a 4-on-4, still a man in the long doors. MLH has been a nightmare for them, and they don't have pretty much any other asset to come up from. Great double nade, denies the plant. 17 seconds, and up they come from the corner with both offers whipping a shot. There's another kill as they trade out bar for bar. MLH dropped. They won't have a long lurk this time, but they will have a 2-on-3 post. Zevi holds from the site. It'll just be him. His Kai is dropped. Sadson jumps up for the off headshot, and Legacy lock it down.
Yeah, a bit more swagger there from the Legacy guys. Sadson backing himself, always trying to take the fight for really getting their act together on that post plan. It's another dicey one where you might honestly favor the T side, but a little bit more oomph from these guys. And there's a little bit more oomph in this round as well, with Lux aggressing into the lower tunnels. You've been trying to get away with that for quite a bit of time and gets away with an opening entry.
Still looking for the cross back out long. In comes Sadson's off, but they're ready for it. Zevi catches him on the repeak, and it'll be thrown back into the arms of Dumao. We saw him wielding the weapon a couple of rounds ago. Look at this. This screams confidence. This screams poise. This screams eager to get his hands into the round. That flash says something else. Says, get off of the angle. This site is ours. So up they go. They do still have Lotto trying to fight from sight, but MLH denies, and Dumao's angle is only good for so long, until eventually the advantage swaps hands to Fluxo. Lux started the round swimmingly. There is still an unknown asset right now in Kai, who gets his one on his way out and may have just denied their retake attempt. Dumao still has that up. They can't afford to reinvest. He's going to start walking away. This round's done.
Yeah, and you speak about the eagerness of that long take, and that's kind of what they show there. Well,
Ready
more
this time. They're
aggression
taking
here
this
from
fight
Lux
down lower.
Sure. I mean, I didn't necessarily think that was going to be the result, but
What?
MLH, what is that read? Unreal spam through the smoke on B.
No way.
We've still got ourselves a man advantage, and Zevi's watching another smoke. Just so much luck and so much awareness going in the favor of Fluxo this time around. This feels like this one was just handed to them.
It's everywhere you look. It's Fluxo knowing. They know exactly where you're going. They know what oh, they're going to hear this. Right? Right? Aren't they? I think they are. I think they heard that. You saw a couple of crosshairs flick back around, but all of a sudden, Dumao knows this game is on. Because he's just split the bill between them. In tons, he creeps. And they might know he's here, but they still have to go through him one way or another. These flashes confirm, those bullets tell him, and now in comes MLH. Remember that spam he got through the smoke and B doors? Guess what? Red again.
This is beautiful, man. This is just gorgeous.
Oh, how's that for a read, MLH? Right back at you. Lotto gets one over on the lurker.
He's really got to play his life accordingly.
Oh, no. Zevi's ready. And there's not a flash to go along with this. Nissan eventually, he's got to make this swing. And he might have spotted the bomb, but I don't know how much that's really going to matter. They know there's only one person left on B, and that smoke has told them exactly where he is. Last time they tried to go for a B crunch, you know what it was? There was a smoke on the doors. They were stalled out. They were delayed. But in comes a flashbang with so many people looking away from it. It's not going to work. Zevi catches another. And as soon as you thought the bleeding might stop, it continues to ooze out of the wounds of Legacy.
I mean, this is brilliant. The unrelenting confidence of taking back mid. They know how far pushback Dumao is. Even with that incendiary, there is no way they can't barrel their way into that second letter of the alphabet. And Nissim has had a world of hurt thrown at him throughout this game. And Sadzin will try to hold on to his big green, but he's being pummeled from every avenue. Missed shot there as well. Lines one up for Kai. He's being pinned from CT. The Molotov is good. And it just feels like a matter of time. And he's been spotted at this move over to Gandalf. Catbox is jumped up, and Zevi does it with the sidearm. Insult to injury there for Legacy, and Fluxo look to claim themselves double digits in the first half. Legacy really do feel caught between two minds. They send 3 to long early, don't find that opening pick, but at least the control. And I like the proactivity to move back to short side and at least show face there. A duel is available for Nissim and Dumao as well. Headshots aplenty, and finally things go in favor of Legacy. They get a favorable couple of trades, and now this should be them getting themselves their third round. It's just Pyria left up in it, and they know that he's from the long side after getting that initial kill. Nade open, duel taken, but Sadzin's got his number. And yes, it's a measly number of rounds on the CT side for Legacy, but they still hang on. Here comes a smoke from the outside of Upper Tons. It's a mid-B split. And now they've got a chance to pin in these two players on the site proper.
Oh my god, and that's such a nice shot from Art. That's pretty much eased all of their woes of it going back toward B. The only issue is, in the meanwhile, they've completely neglected Cat. Maybe that was of intention, but right now they still have to deal with Nissim and Lower before they can say crisis averted. If they do that, however, they let him maybe get only one, then all of a sudden, having Cat's not going to mean jack. 5 on 3. Down goes Dumao to drop in CT to take a fight with Pyria. They both dance around this wall, and Pyria wins another crucial 1v1 for Fluxo. It's a 2 on 4, and this looks nigh unwinnable. Maybe Lotso can make it more interesting with some headshots, but more so than ever is Fluxo up 10-3.
Out mid to B again. This time with another lurk smoke to get them in. That nade actually blowing up the smoke gives them a little bit of false information. It makes them think that mid is clear, but there's still one there. But the main hit's coming through long. Sadzin's found a crucial kill with Lotto right behind him.
There's
now
the
it's all
M4
up to
though.
Pyria.
It stepped up from sight. It's given them the opportunities needed. However, with both players on half HP, that's a worry. The bomb still got a cross. It was dropped all the way out long originally, and it gives them so much time for this reroute. Look at MLH. This is shocking. Instead of taking the fight from Cat, which you would initially expect, he's legged it out long, and I don't think he'll catch him on the runaway, but he might if they delay it. Dumao spotted him. Remember, they're both half HP. These SMGs become even more deadly as time goes on. The plants in head scene as they continue to dance. It's 3 HP on Lotto.
Oh!
Then dink through the wall, but not enough to lock him down. The force by woes not answered. Fluxo streak continues. Oh my. That's it for their util too. Just thrown. There's still a molly they have to go through. They can't get away from it. They have to sprint through it. They have no other options. The time they've left themselves, the util they've expended, they have to commit to this, and they still don't know about the op, but you won't have to worry about it if Lux sidelines them. Still an aid, but what are you gonna do with it? Good damage. Lands right on the head of Sadzin, but this is a 5 on 3, and you already shot your money coming into this round. That's a gun dropped. Talia's still out long with this SMG. His shoulder spotted, but knowing his weaponry, what are you realistically hoping for? There's a man creeping and crawling up mid that could have given them leeway back into this, but the longer Kai stays around, the worse the outcome seems to get. They know the op is here, so they know somebody's going to be around a corner trying to deny him from a save. However, there's a flank for the flank. Dumao snuck into the long doors, now spotted. That's going to blow right back to them. And a flash is going to continue to do damage to the economy of Legacy, who still have to run down Kai, and they know it. There's another flash coming from long. They want that up, and they want it bad. They might just get it. Depends. As fights continue to get taken around the corner, he'll get away. By narrow margins, will stick around to the corner of the long car.
Ooh.
And that's a big save for Legacy.
He does have a teammate behind him as well.
Oh my god, you're kidding. Dude. Are they going to try to get a trade off that? It sure as hell looks like they want to. And there's Art with a smoke. Oh my god, Zevi. Like a shark in the water wanted to get the... Oh no, Art's gone. He is a goner for sure, but sees 3 people here. That's huge info to have. Zevi's scout, still the only inhabitor of this B site. And they'll have to do everything from the back of the boxes. He's already done so much. He's already asking of so much. And once Art falls there, it kind of feels like this round gets lost in translation.
I don't necessarily like how they're approaching mid here. They're giving way too much space for the T's to walk out free of charge. There's only so much a scout can do. Especially at this level of the game with how fast trades can be. Still hold on to these 3 guns, and there's still a purchase available. Well, he lost one of them, but it still should be fine.
So far, he's been, honestly, upping circles around Sadzin and this whole team, to be completely frank. So,
Yeah.
being that he's their X Factor right now, I'm not surprised.
He has been just
But here's a lower
absolutely
crunch.
lights
Whoa,
out.
whoa.
Ooh.
How's this for trying to take mid-control? They double up and go into taunt. I said they've shown promise. You can't count them out. They've just gotten 2 unanswered kills. Mid-control, B-control, and they know Legacy are going into A.
How do you counteract this, though? That's the real question. They know what's coming, but they've got to deny them the crossover. They know it opened the smoke, but nobody shows face. But finally, all five players have arrived at the scene of the crime.
All the time they've delayed, they hear 2 spamming across this site. They know there's 2 at the headshot angles, and this smoke is soon gonna fade. Look at the utility that Legacy have left to work with right now. Double stack, not taken down. Satsin's off scene. That's the last unknown entity. You knew Lotto crossed, or did you? They don't seem to be reacting like they did. They're giving him a lot of damage, but it is a 1v3 at the end of the day. And on 30 HP, he almost tries to commit martyrdom, but it's Fluxo on map point. Zevi, probably the biggest of the bunch right now, sits behind the mid doors. There's a couple cross back.
What?
Oh my god, you're kidding! Through the wall, headshots Nissim, a wall bang onto his teammate, and it's a 5-on-4 via the most unthinkable margin. 1 piece of info given. That's all Zevi needs. That's how good he's been playing. And you see them squirm around mid. How could they possibly adjust to this? Well, maybe it's by having Satsin post back up, or maybe it's by giving Zevi another still around Xbox, and Zevi's gonna win this game himself.
What the hell is this from Zevi? Looking for more. He's seeing blood in the water, pouncing on his prey, and that just means MLH, it's his time to shine as well. He's been elite, and he's got a teammate to back him up. It's 13-6. It's domination on Dust 2, and it's all off the back of Zevi, the man who was counted out, the man who was benched not too long ago, but shows why he's maintained that spot on this team.
Well. It's time to either send somebody to Austin or see if Legacy can live up to their name. Right now, they'll have to do it from the defender's perspective and defend against a full 5-man A rush from Fluxo. Smoke thrown in their face, but we all know Fluxo at this point, we know damn well they're not going to respect that, let alone when they get the headshot on Dumao, but a rotation from Sadzin looks to stunt the growth. And in they go. Everybody here. A 3-on-4 emerges. And Fluxo don't emerge as favorites. A flash goes high. The bomb taps. Nobody sticks yet, though. Instead, worried about the push from CT, and it winds up a 1v3 for the caller and Art. An opening pick does not mean a round, says Legacy. Interested to see what Fluxo put on the cards this round, because remember when we saw them yesterday, we both were kind of in agreement that Bestia hadn't really done much in terms of taking map control, putting pressure on them from the CT perspective. They only really looked in mid every now and again, and beyond that, it was very much so lacking. Well, here's a push, and it comes down it from Dumao, again right into MLH. The unmentioned asset of map 1 strikes fear early in round 3.
And that head-to-head will continue to be an important one to watch. It's such an important part of the map, but look at this. Just rushing into this A-bomb site. Nissim and Sadzin again stand tall. But finally, one of the prongs have been cut down. Sadzin has rotated back into Temple, looking for another engagement. And there's another lurk brewing.
Oh, Kai tried to get that kill, still really wants it, but I don't think they have a flash for him. He's gonna have to take this fight raw and hope that the trade doesn't come through. Oh my god, you're kidding! This flank from Lux might not matter. They're gonna know eventually he's coming from somewhere, and now screams to him as they do have control of the bomb, or at least he sees it. Lux has to take 3 separate 1v1s, and he's just ripped away 2 of them. MLH just talked him up. Can we do it again with stuck in the corner of the IGL awaiting the peak? It's jiggles upon jumping back into an off angle. Lux may have just outplayed him for the final time as the third swing comes in. Eventually the commitment's made, and MLH won't drop the ball. In mid commence, but right now looks like it's going to be a fast take from Fluxo with the mollies already going in. 3 of them scaling up towards ramp. They spotted the op of Sadzin, who walks away with his one, but at this point they're already fully committed. Op shots continue to go through the smoke, and that one he didn't even have vision for, but it's Legacy showing again why there's such a strong force. Bomb goes down, so you'll at least get a post-plant effort, but not favorably.
And you don't even get Cave as well. It's all on to Zevi, and he gets taken out as well. Great work there from Legacy in terms of shutting down a potential mid-lurk. And hopefully he can find that opening incision. It's out through mid, and he's got to deal with so many different members.
And they threw util in accordance to this. They expected somebody to be in this corner, and they're right. But they've smoked it, extinguished it, and up mid, they keep going. They tried to support. They tried to get Dumao out of the corner, but instead, they've just felled him and Lux. Now into the A site they go, with only Nissim in defense from the back of the site boxes. And I don't even know if you really want to contend for this. Guns thrown into the arms of Fluxo members as they all stall out in Donut, awaiting the rotations as Legacy flashes continue to get hucked in. But a reroute here could really hurt Legacy. Still opting to try and take back space. Nissim's found out early that they're cheating away.
The problem is they don't know where Sadzin is. And with him still being alive, there's still a potency of a crossfire here on this A site. So they double back to B where they've got to clear out Lotto. And we've seen some serious multi-kill potentials from him, but not to be this time around. MLH actually switches back over to the Tech 9. Some serious impact from him in this game so far to keep Fluxo within arm's reach.
That's
Still haven't
confirmed.
picked the
Arch
boss
just-
site though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, originally I think the plan was to go into B, but after Nissim sprints through CT spawn and Art hears that, yeah, time's going to run low, but that's confirmed info of 2 players on B. They knew that op was there. It's the smart call to make for Fluxo, and it's risky, maybe, sure, with the time, but it ensures a pacifist route into winning a round, and maybe even a way to siphon out this op. Killing Nissim in CT spawn makes things impossible for Sadzin to get away, and what turns to one hero rifle turns into a flawless win for Fluxo. Like, they're throwing util, players, pretty much everything they've got, all in attempts to get big openings. And it looks like they're going to do it again. In comes Mama in another opportunity, but this time it looks like Dumao's caught one on him. Finally starting to put numbers back in Legacy's favor.
Boost up here for Zevi. Very quiet in this game, and with the amount how much we talked about him, you'd think he'd have done a little bit more, and there we go. An opening entry and an instant opportunity to continue to compound on this success. Oh, Art is really trying to sell something here in the middle of the map, but nobody's biting. It's a raw gamble, and with 20 seconds left on the clock, they've made the right decision, but Furious found one.
Dumao, he's dropped the big ace in the hole, the offer gone, and they might know another person's here, but it doesn't have the potency it originally once did. Nissim thought maybe this was the angle, thought maybe this is how they win it, but no. Couple of kills back, come through smoke, but the bomb's down. The HP of Zevi isn't to fear when he's got the op in hand, so he tunes all the way back around from B stairs over to Cheetah and joins up with Pyria. Remember what I said earlier. No util. It's just a war of attrition with a couple of shoulders seen, and now Pyria taking another 1v1 win. It's not planted for them, but they'll forever be in fear of where that op in Zevi lies. Around the box is likely to be what they would expect, but instead, he's posted on the corner, misses a shot, but in the meanwhile, Pyria swings out with him, picks it back up, and takes a 5th round.
MLH just heard enough to keep eyes on this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, he's decided to swap situations with him. He's not pulling the trigger. It's actually Zevi that makes first contact, and now Zevi knows. He flicks back over to the red room, knows that there's another one available. And this is where MLH can strike, surely. He knows that there's a rotation that he can cut off. There's one, and he spots the other 2 players as well. Impact galore from the youngster. And this B bomb site is open for business.
Oh! For a moment it wasn't. If he had hit that shot on the planet, then all of a sudden it switches hands again, but now it's Sadzin in an attempt to save. A desperate one, albeit, but they're going to give it to him for now. And he'll get chances to fight off from CT spawn. 5-7 pulled. He's eventually going to have to turn around and try to get one of these kills, but with the off shot missed, that'll come to the end of his tenure. And it's another rush round from Fluxo where Legacy just cannot keep up.
This is worst case scenario for Lotto, who has not been able to have any impact in this game. Finally, they have a high-low setup that maybe on the fade can catch a player, but there it is. Lotto finally finds some level of impact in this CT half. But is it too little, too late is the question. First step here is absolutely confirming the 4th round.
Oh no.
Look at that.
Oh, I wanted to see it work so bad. It's been, I don't think I've seen that in like since like Art's, not Art, or Ancient's introduction. But we've seen that all game. MLH creating out routes where there's literally nothing to be found. He just walked in A and found the anchor.
Lux now pulling another one back. And he'll just send it to this A bomb site. Why not? You've gotten up Donut. There's an opportunity there for Art, but he can't convert. And it's just Zevi in a 1v4. Too many bodies to try and rack up here. And 10 seconds left on the clock. This one is done and dusted. Legacy do get a little bit of a silver lining at the tail end of this half. And that, at the very least, means that we've got a little bit more Counter-Strike to play, folks. We'll send it to a little bit of a break. An all-important pistol here for Legacy to stay within this best of 3 and to keep their hopes for a qualification spot at Austin alive. Charging into this A site, though. Pyria here to battle first off with a quick double. But Nissim and Lotto with the rebuttal.
That could have been huge. It was 5-on-3. I mean, if they find that kill in Donut, the round is likely done. But now they have a post-plant avenue. Or do they? It's been ripped right back away, but it's still planted. And that's the important part for Legacy right now, is Nissim and co. set up a crossfire outside of Temple. But likely suspicious of that after Nissim gives away his angle. There's only so many spots Sadzin would play logically around that, right? And up walks MLH. Back, turned, head taken, second scene, 40 HP, and Sadzin's ripped off of the bomb defense. It's Fluxo with another pistol and a lead extension into the second half.
Instead, it's this A bomb site being called out of spawn and straight into the Lion's Den.
Oh, timing on the first, and they're going to get out off that. Famas flash, Lux, double kill. And that's the Legacy we're used to seeing. Coordinated, confident, aim stars alike. More of that, please. And this series is going to ramp up.
Yeah, that's a little bit more like it. There's a simple call out of spawn. Lotto's starting to feel himself a little bit more too. Quick double up from him. And Pyria, tail tucked between his legs, will find one more. Flash for himself and can't convert. He is being boxed in. And with his HP continuing to dwindle, it's going to be harder and harder to actually take a fair engagement. Smoke comes in. Should be fine. It's really all on Dumao to win this raw duel. And he can't win it. So Pyria will hold on to that A1S. As Legacy.
But he knows the angle he takes could be everything. On the run peek from Dumao. He didn't hide that it was coming into CT spawn. But without getting one, Kai's task. Oh, how do you manage to get away from this? He's going to walk out of Temple. 30 seconds to go. Time might be on his side as they line up. No, almost, though, is Dumao. Head ripped off. Kai's just done everything for them. Into A, they run with a third from him. It was a 1v3 on Dust 2 that kept their streak rolling. Now, it's just a 3K. I say just, but it may have thrown the round to complete chaos. Legacy, their one big advantage was the fact that they had an advantage. Oh, a second dropped out. They know about it. In comes the second peak. And advantage switches again. Pyria, your time to shine. Plant comes in with the very last seconds expiring, and it's a full peek into CT spawn, not blinding Sadzin. So they recover.
One hero on one end in Kai, but a bigger hero in Lotto. But they're going to have to make do as these rounds continue to pile up for the T side. Molotovs to dissuade that mid push initially, but look at MLH. He wants to tussle. He's going to get spammed down, though. That smoke gives every indication there. Art can't get involved either, but the flash is good. Well, look at this. They want to go through this smoke on the fade. Barrel spotted. Chance for Art to capitalize here, but none of these shots are actually being converted. Finally, he hits his mark. Pyria there to chime in as well. And he'll find multiple kills. There's Zevi to pick up more of the pieces, and he'll complete that double kill. Fluxo with the gamble. It works out on the A bomb site. But they're straight through mid. With all that spam and all the commotion, how aware are Fluxo that this is a huge gap in the defense? They're wrapping B.
Oh, Pyria, he's aware, he knows, and he just spotted 3 of them there. Jigs up, they know exactly where this is coming. Nissim, likely to walk through their own smoke. He's gonna sit in the site. They try to set up a crossfire, but this is impossible to predict. You just can't do anything about it. They may have been knowledge on what was coming, but info and execution, 2 entirely different storylines. And Arts MP9, yeah, right, you're gonna get back in.
That's a save written all over it. What a sequence there from Lux to get his men into the red room and to be able to wrap at that point.
But maybe it's actually the inverse. Money has been an issue for Fluxo these past few rounds. This whole half has not featured a CT-sided op, whether that's the game plan or not. Likely to be a substantial loss, especially when you've got another man in Lato having snuck into the B site right under their noses. Mollies explode all over, but this is something they don't seem entirely aware of just yet. Finally, they break through. That lock cracks wide open, and Lato, he's early dropped by the Famasa. Furia still looking for kills, still looking for damage in an effort to delay, which they've done. Another Molly bounces in. It's an advantage held. And starting to walk through that smoke. Lux on low HP. Art not too aware, and with his head on a swivel, looks the wrong way. Sadden on the bomb site. Zevi gets a 1-tap. It's a 1v2 for the caller to deny match point, and he's just not good enough for it. 3 match points. 3 series points and 3 major qualification points for Fluxo. Oh, look at that. Again, Lato tries to take some liberties to him. Last round, he walked up into B early. He stuck around for too long. His ace in the hole did not actually help them whatsoever because of how long he took to activate. Now, he changes the pace. Amali, a couple in cave. They try to isolate MLH. But all he can do is spam when they eventually run through, and he has so many angles that he has to worry about right now. So many players running him down, even standing in their own mollies. Legacy, they'll pave their way to overtime with blood, sweat, and tears if they have to. But it doesn't mean Fluxo are going to lay down and die. It doesn't mean they're going to let this slip just yet. It's still a doable retake, or so they deem it for now. As nades and mollies explode on the site once more, they finally realize this one is insurmountable and they must give double digits.
Speaks volumes to the caliber of Legacy, but can they make it one better is the question. Dumao is out middle, and there's only one player in the site exactly with Zevi to go toe-to-toe with this AWP.
Lux. He's waiting. He's waiting on this smoke to fade. There's 2 in the corner, and there's Lux's first shot. Oh, he gets stuck on the wall, but he's going to cover the cross, sees the jump. They know now. It's not a secret anymore, and you're going to have to jump through a molly if you want to get into this site, or Kai can crack open 2 skulls and give you the biggest advantage you've had yet. A 1v3 for Dumao. Bomb in no man's land, eats a flashbang, and gets the first tap on MLH. Your major qualification life on the line with a 1v2 in spawn! And oh, the irony that it's given to you by the caller who has exiled himself, because with no flux given, they'll be sending themselves to the Austin Major!